turbo.
Oh yeah!
Back in the turboed Stallion on the road. Gonna go get some parts. Some more parts. Got a little bit of a drive first. So, 7 hours later, finally made it. And it's about 2 in the morning. Feels like it's about 2 in the morning. Picked up this guy. Hitchhiking. And take him back home. Boom. There she be. It must be a number 11. Look how official that looks. It doesn't even wipe off. Rockford pump. That's what Black Magic uses, I think. There's like little pieces of chrome. All up in it. And I mean all up in it. Oh well. Run it till she blows. Step 1 of installing a third pump is taking out all your other crap. Which is pretty simple. You just... Special effects are cool. Man, that's a lot of work. So this is the exciting and fun part that everybody talks about when they want to get into lowriding. This is the part nobody explains, nobody talks about in the magazines, is that you're going to look like this all summer. You're never going to go inside. If you have a family, you're not going to see them except for maybe a few hours a week. The rest of the time you're going to be working on this thing, making sure it 3 wheels and hops properly for complete strangers. It's about 4,000 degrees here in Des Moines, Iowa today, with about 7,200% humidity, feels like. So that's why I'm just moist all over. I just didn't think you guys wanted to see. And that's why I haven't painted my sides yet. There it is. 3 pumps. Everything's well lubricated, as you can see. I just went ahead and made sure everything was greased up liberally. Everything just kept leaking, basically. I moved all the fittings around. Everything just kept pouring out hydraulic fluid from any and every fitting that exists on this car, which was just an exciting time. But it's in. Probably wondering why I didn't film a whole lot of the install, because basically it was just a bearded guy sweating all over the place, drilling holes and trying to wrench hydraulic lines. And I don't think anybody wants to see that. I don't want to see it. I'm sure you guys don't want to see it. So pretty straightforward to do. I just took out the pumps, the two that I had, which those two are the original ones. You can tell because this one's got the bolts in the back plate. Took out the two pumps and then just marked out new holes for so I could put 3 pumps in there. Undid all the lines, had to do some little reconfiguring with the fittings. That was a real pain. That was probably the worst part of this whole process, was getting all the fittings right. Because without knowing exactly what you're going to need, you're kind of just guessing. I had everything working good, like everything was bolted up to the pump, but the dump was on top of the pump and the assembly was too tall. I didn't have enough clearance between the bar and the trunk, so I had to lay the dump out in order for the trunk to close. Didn't think about that. If anybody's in the Des Moines area, Tompkins, I think it's Thompkins. If you're in the Des Moines area, you probably heard of them, but they're really good for fittings. They don't treat you like some weirdo when you walk in there, which is kind of nice. At a lot of places, even auto parts stores, if you're not used to how things work, they treat you like some fool. You don't know where the Teflon tape is? Aisle 14, bottom shelf. Shut your mouth, okay? 16-year-old little punk. Anyway, Tompkins is cool. I don't deal with hydraulic fittings every day like they do, but they treat you like a normal person and understand that. And they basically have everything. He asked me how many fittings I needed of this certain type. I said, how many do you have? He's like, oh, let me check. Oh, we got about 1,500 of them in stock. I'll take 3. So they got a lot of stuff, which is cool. Prices are reasonable. Basic fittings, I think, are $3 or $4 a piece, and the swivels are about $10 a piece. So not bad. And they'll make hydraulic lines, any fittings on them, any size, length, whatever you need. So they're pretty cool. They're on Guthrie. Did all this, still couldn't 3-wheel. Ain't that a mother? Still couldn't 3-wheel. So I had to hook up some chains. Well, one chain for now, just for testing purposes. But I got a little baby 3-wheel out of her. Just a little guy. That's why I got a stroller here. Baby 3-wheel. But I'm happy it did something. I don't know if I should try to shorten up the chain a little bit, maybe. I might try to take a link out, see how it does. It's kind of a pain because of the way I got the bolt holes underneath there. You kind of have to ream out the chain just a little bit so the bolt slides through. See what I'm saying? There's just nothing glamorous about this part of lowriding. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I put a number 11 gear for the front pump. Man, that thing is fast. That thing really moves. I wasn't expecting that. That's a little fast too. Tighten up that slow down just a hair. Yeah, you don't need to be that fast. I mean, look at that. Settle down. Settle down. Like, you can't even just raise this thing up normally anymore. It's just, it's all or nothing. I mean, you just gotta quit tap it. It clunks a little bit, okay? I'm not gonna say it's the quietest thing. See right there, I can feel the chain's a little tight. Right there is pretty tight. Hit it again. And then it picks her up. It's just a whittle guy. So I'm gonna try to take a little bit of slack out of the chain. See if that helps. And then try it again, because that's unacceptable. I pull up to the block with it doing that, I'm gonna be real embarrassed. Yep. Unacceptable. It's a noisy sucker. So one thing I'm slowly beginning to understand is with a lowrider, everything's a trade-off. Either you want the thing to hop like crazy and not sit low, or you want it to sit real low, you know, get up a little bit, but you really don't want to get too crazy because the front end will destroy itself by slamming onto the ground because you don't have enough spring. You could have a super high lockup in the rear end, but on my particular vehicle, if you want a three-wheel, you kind of got to get rid of that because of the chains. So my chains are limiting my lockup to there. Looks more like I got 12s in the rear, or 10s. Yeah, it doesn't move a whole lot. Try to three-wheel the other side. There's the chain. Oh yeah. Getting it. Just getting it. I'll take the trade-off, the high lockup. See, the lockup's still there. It's limited when you're not three-wheeling. For now, I'll take it though, because that's pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So now when I bust a ball joint, set that sucker up on 3 and just ride her home. I need to stop talking like that. Yeah. There she is, boys and girls. Nothing's leaking. Yeah, everything's just greased. That was my plan of attack. I really need to do some major cleaning in this trunk now. All in all, success. Man. Just gonna need to take a seat. Yep. I had a couple leaks, okay? I had a couple leaks. I went through the fluid. Napa guy suckered me though. Check this out. I got a bucket. Entire bucket of hydraulic fluid now. Which is good. Good for me because I seem to not tighten up my fittings very well. So I leak most of my fluid, and then when all my fittings are tight and there's actually pressure, I just blow a dump seal. So that's cool. Posted.